Welcome back to Sparta, New Jersey, in the Catholic Academy of Sussex County, Pope John High and Middle School, where the Junior Lions, head and under squad, are taking on the Toms River Warriors. Second half action about to begin. Mike Formisano calling today's game for you. As Toms River's already on the field, Pope John coming out right now. So, found out the scoreboard is having some major issues, so it's not going to work today. So we are going to be trying to keep clock as best as possible up here. The referees will be keeping it on the field as well. We have the score for you. Toms River leading over Pope John 14-12 as we get set for the second half kickoff. Coming off the foot of Lucas Kelshaw, the place kicker for the Junior Lions. There's a whistle. And here we go. Kicked down to about the 45. Through the hands of one Toms River player, but picked up by another. 24 has it. Comes across the 50. Now to the 45. The 40. And he's met at about the 37 by Benny Platt and Lucas Rosinski, who bring him down at the Pope John 35-yard line. So, Toms River will get started from the Pope John 35, 1st and 10, early third quarter, 14-12, Toms River over Pope John. The Warriors in their gray uniforms with gray helmets and blue pants, or black pants, with pink socks, and Pope John in their blue uniforms, home uniforms, with gold trim on the pants and the helmets, and pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to thank the Ciliberti family for providing those for the Pope John players. 1st and 10, Toms River from the Pope John 35. He's the quarterback. He'll keep it, cut right, try and get through the line, and he's met there and brought down by a slew of Pope John defenders. Hedgepeth was in on that, along with Rosinski and Jude Cofrancesco. And so it'll be second down and about 8 to go. Pope John going from right to left on the field. Toms River from left to right. Warriors up to the line. 2nd and 8. From the Pope John 33. Man in motion. That's number 5. Quarterback under center. Looks to be some confusion on the Toms River line. Tailback running and yelling. And number 5 back in motion for Toms River. Now a second man in motion. And a flag on the play. False start by Toms River. So all that confusion leads to a Toms River procedural penalty, false start, and that'll drop them back 5, so it'll be 2nd and 13. And that is why it's so important to be in sync with your teammates, knowing what to do when you get to the line. A lot of confusion there by Toms River, unsure of where everybody was supposed to be, what play they were running, etc., and that caused the penalty for the false start. So, 2nd and 13 from the from the Pope John 38-yard line. Warriors, quarterback under center, man in motion. That's number 5 from left to right. Second man in motion coming, number 9. Here's the handoff to the tailback, number 30. He runs around. Number 9, Braden Colson, continues to cut through. Pope John defenders is finally stopped for a loss. It was forward motion. 30 does not agree with it. He said, I'm still on my feet. But the referees blew the whistle due to forward progress being stopped. So, it's going to be third down now. And they got back to about the 33, maybe 34-yard line. Call it 33 and a half. So, Alex Aguado, number 61 in the game for Jude Cofrancesco, number 20. 3rd and 8 for Toms River. Close game between the Warriors and the Pope John Junior Lions. 14-12 on the strength of 2 Toms River touchdowns and 2 extra points. For Pope John, 2 rushing touchdowns by Lucas Rosinski, a 19-yard and a 57-yard rush, 4 touchdowns, but Pope John did not get their extra points. And that's the difference in the game so far. 14-12. Pitch back to the tailback for Toms River. Running around the corner. Rosinski missed a tackle, but the second one did not. And Toms River knocked out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. That was Hedgepeth. Mark Hedgepeth making sure that the running back didn't go any further. So, 4th down, Toms River. Ball spotted at the Pope John 29-yard line. They've got to get to just shy of the 25 for the first down. Aguado now out of the game. Looks to be Cofrancesco back in there. Jude along with Jason. And Kelshaw and Platt along with Hedgepeth. Number 1 quarterbacking now for Toms River. He's up to the line. Single back formation. 2 men in motion. 1 stops, then goes to 24. And the handoff to 24. Cuts through the line to the left side. And that's enough for the first down. Tackle made by Kelshaw, number 16, for Pope John. But the progress by Toms River gets them down to about the 23-yard line of Pope John. And that's where they'll start another first down. Midway through the third quarter, Toms River on the march. Up 14-12 on Pope John. Warriors up to the line. I formation. Oh, movement on the line. Looks to be against Pope John. Offsides on the defense. And that'll move Toms River 5 yards closer. First and 5 for the Warriors. From the Pope John 19. Third quarter, Toms River leads it over Pope John 14-12. Here's the snap, handoff to the tailback. And he's met in the backfield by Rosinski. Brings him down. Nice open field tackle by Lucas Rosinski. Man, he does it all. And he's able to bring down number 9, the running back for Toms River, in the backfield. Drops him for a loss. It's going to be, I have to say, he got back to the line. So, or maybe just shy of it. So, we're going to say 2nd and 6. From a 1st and 5 to a 2nd and 6. Loss of 1. Warriors up to the line. Quarterback under center. I formation. Here's the handoff to the tailback, number 9. Cuts left, past number 9, Carlson, but is met by a second defender for Pope John, and they're able to bring him down at about the 15, maybe 16-yard line. Oh, referees spot the ball at 17. It'll be 3rd and about 4 for the Warriors. Toms River up to the line. 3rd and 4. Toms River going I formation again. Quarterback under center. No shotgun, as many of the offenses against Pope John have run this season. They're going under center. Now here's the handoff to the tailback, number 24. Cuts down to the left and is brought down by Lucas Rosinski, number 6. Nice tackle again by Lucas. And that will make it 4th down. We got an injury on the play. Lineman down for Pope John. I can't tell who it is. We'll let you know as soon as we find that out. Pope John player still down. Looks like they're helping him up. It's Lucas Kelshaw. And he does get up on his own feet, so that's good to see. So Kelshaw walking off, assisted by Coach Cole Francesco. So as we return to action, it'll be 4th down now for Toms River against Pope John. 4th and 4. Big defensive play here for Pope John in this game. Late 3rd quarter. Movement on the front line, and we're going to see it's against Pope John. And if they confirm that it is, it's going to be a 1st down for Toms River. And it is offside on Pope John. So that moves the chains for Toms River. 1st down. Big penalty against Pope John there for being offside. First and 10 in the red zone. Toms River up to the line. They're going to get to about the 3 for another first. Here's the handoff to the tailback. Number 5 cuts left. Tries to get into the end zone. He's going to be dropped to about the 3 or 4 yard line by the defense. So a gain of 9, maybe 10. And it may be enough for another Toms River 1st down. It's real close. Alex Aguado out of the game for Pope John. Charlie Formasano in for the Lions. 1st and goal to go for Toms River. Warriors up to the line. Big defensive opportunity for the Lions to have a goal line stand, get the ball back, try and retake the lead, but they got to do the work here first. Here's the handoff to the tailback. Cuts through the middle and into the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Toms River. So that puts the Warriors up 20-12 on Pope John. A crushing touchdown against Pope John there as Toms River is able to add a 3rd one to the scoreboard. 20-12, Toms River leads Pope John. Warriors up to the line for the point after attempt. Number 1 under center. Here's a snap. He'll keep it. He'll roll to the right. And he can walk in. And the point after is good. So number 1 with the keeper around the right side. And smooth sailing into the end zone for the point after touchdown. So Toms River up now by 2 scores. It's 21-12. Over Pope John. We'll return with late 3rd quarter action here from Pope John High School and Middle School right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School and Middle School in Sparta, New Jersey, where the Pope John Junior Lions are taking on the Toms River Warriors. Toms River up now 21-12 on Pope John. Here's the kickoff, and it goes out of bounds and a flag down, so a penalty against Toms River as the ball can't go out of bounds on the kickoff. So, Pope John will take over. First and 10 from their own 45. Pope John still in the huddle. Now they come to the line. Staub under center. 3 men in the backfield. Hand off to Platt. Platt rumbling through. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Actually, no dust on the field. It's artificial turf. Late third quarter here. We don't have an exact time as the scoreboard is malfunctioning, so the referee's keeping the clock on the field, and we're keeping the score in our head. 21-12, Toms River leads Pope John. Late third quarter. Referees are checking the clock, so it's got to be late. Here's the handoff to Rosinski. Cuts to the right, gets through to about the 49-yard line, where it'll be 3rd, maybe 6. Kelshaw back into the game for Pope John. Staub coming into the huddle with instructions. Number 34, Harrison Saratsky out of the game for Pope John. We'll go through rosters for you. We haven't done that for the second half. We'll do that in just a minute. 3rd and 6. Staub will hand off. Gives it to Rosinski. Is met right at the line of scrimmage. And dropped there. So 4th. May have lost a yard on the play. They're going to set it back to, not the 49. Between the 48 and 49-yard line. So we'll say you get back to the line. 4th and 6. Pope John down by 2 scores, and it would behoove them to keep this drive going and try and get back on the board so they can get a defensive stop, get the ball back, try and take the lead again. They've had a lead twice in this game, early on 6-0 and then at 12-7, but it's been all Toms River since then. There's the pitch back to Rosinski. He's met in the backfield and dropped by the Toms River defense, and that'll be a turnover on down. So the Warriors will get the ball at the 44-yard line of Pope John. All right, let's go through the roster. First of all, head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions, Jared Cofrancesco, assisted by Jason Cofrancesco. Also assisted by Dan Platt, Nick Colson, Tom Staub, and the team manager, Rebecca Staub. Roster for the Junior Lions, number 5, Benny Platt. Number 6, Lucas Rosinski. Number 8, Charlie Formasano. Number 9, Braden Coulson. Number 10, Jason Brennan. Number 11, Damian Morales. Number 12, Chase Whaley. Number 12, Dominic Diarco. Number 15, Matthew Staub. Number 16, Lucas Kelshaw. 19 is Mark Hedgepeth. 20, Jude Cofrancesco. 21, Vincenzo Siliberti. 22, Mackay Moon. 23, Sean Klebitz. 33, Jason Cofrancesco. 34, Harrison Saratsky. Number 40, Jacob Jessamaria. 43, Tyler Killen. 50 is Colin Bauman. 55, Kevin Murphy. 61, Alex Aguado. Number 88, Nolan Reed. Number 96, Ryan Lambreglia. And number 99 is Noah Kraus. Pope John in their blue and gold uniforms here. This should be the home finale. This should actually be the finale of the season for Pope John. However, I spoke with Coach Co-Francesco before the game, and he said there may be another game or two put onto the schedule. Remember, they had to cancel one game earlier this season, so they may add one, maybe two more to the schedule. But we'll be with you when those games do occur. First and 10 from the Toms River 44. We are starting the fourth quarter now. Running back number 9 cuts through the line and has got smooth sailing to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Toms River. So, number 9 with the rush from the line of scrimmage, 44 yards. And it's the fourth rushing touchdown today for Toms River. And they go up 27-12. So for 2 consecutive weeks, it was Pope John who scored touchdowns at the beginning of the fourth quarter, right at the mark. But today it's Toms River, and they widen their lead to 27-12 in this one. Warriors up to the line for the point after. Man in motion. Now a second. Here's a snap by number 1. He'll roll to his right. Gives it to number 8. Number 8 looking for the corner of the end zone. Will he make it? He does. Gets there just before being hit out of bounds by the Pope John defense. Sneaks into the corner of the end zone on the far side of the field. And it's good for a fourth point after touchdown for Toms River. They lead 28-12. Just underway here in the fourth quarter from Pope John High School and Middle School in Sparta, New Jersey. The Catholic Academy of Sussex County. You've got Pope John High School, Pope John Middle School, and Reverend Brown Elementary School. And the Lions, the Junior Lions 10 and under squad, is taking on the chin this afternoon after early leads by touchdowns from Lucas Rosinski, one that made it 6-0, and another, a 57-yard rushing touchdown that made it 12-7. The Lions have now given up consecutive points to Toms River. 21 consecutive points. It's now 28-12. The Warriors over the Junior Lions. Toms River getting set for the kickoff. Here it comes from their own 40. And a fumble on the play. Is it recovered by Toms River, or did Pope John hang on to it? It looks like it went through the arms of Benny Platt, but he did jump on it and covered to make sure that Pope John retains possession. So, the Lions will start out from their own 45-yard line, and that would have been catastrophic had they turned that kickoff over. As it is, a steep mountain to climb right now for Pope John. Trying to get back in this one. They're down by 3 scores. Early fourth quarter as the Lions come up to the line. Stop under center. Hands it off to Rosinski, who cuts the corner right. Rosinski down to the 40. He's down to the 30. He's got one man to beat to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lions! A 55-yard rushing touchdown by Lucas Rosinski. And as he celebrates in the end zone, he's knocked over by Jacob Jessamaria. But he's back on his feet. And the Lions are able to cut the Toms River lead. That's what they needed. A quick touchdown. And it's down to 28-18. So Rosinski with rushing touchdowns today of 19, 57, and 55 yards. And that has kept the Lions in this game. It's 28-18, Toms River over Pope John with the point after touchdown pending. Lions to the line. Staub under center. He's got Klebitz in the backfield. Sean Klebitz, number 23. Hedgesmith out to the right, as is Platt and Rosinski. Here's Staub. He rolls back, and he's met by a sea of Toms River defenders. And they didn't bring him down. They just stopped his forward progress. So that will be another point after. That is no good. So Pope John cuts into the Toms River lead, but the Warriors still lead by 10. It's 28-18 in the fourth quarter. Coach Cofrancesco calling his team over quickly to go over some strategy before we get started again. Clock is running on the field by the referee, so we don't have an exact time for you. We had a scoreboard malfunction earlier today, and it looks like Pope John High School is going to have to replace the scoreboard, as they had to shut everything down. It just went haywire, and they were not able to get it back up and running. So Pope John getting set for the kickoff. 28-18. Toms River leads the Junior Lions on the strength of 4 rushing touchdowns and point afters for Toms River. And I mentioned the point afters because they've converted on all 4. And meanwhile, the Lions have not converted any of their 3. Here's the kickoff. It goes past the 50, so enough yardage. Toms River will just drop on it, and they'll get started from their own 49-yard line. So the referee's going to mark it right at the 50. The ball on the Toms River side of the 50. The nose right on the white line. Pope John 1-5 on the season, looking to avoid going 1-6. This may very well, even though it's the last scheduled game for Pope John, may not be the final game of the season. As Coach Cofrancesco told me earlier today, they're looking to add at least 1, maybe 2 games to the schedule. Remember, they had a cancellation earlier this year, so if those games do come to fruition, we will be with you for those. And that will be announced at a later time. 1st and 10. From the 50. Here's the quarterback. Oh, he's hit savagely by Rosinski. Came right through the line and just nailed the quarterback. Number 1, dropped him for a 4-yard loss, about 3-yard loss. Back to the 47. Wow, if you get a chance to go back on a replay later on, take a look at this. Look at this hit from Rosinski on the quarterback. Came right through it. You heard it up here. 2nd and 13, Toms River with the ball. Up by 10, 28-18. Pope John has to score and then get the ball back again and score again. 2-possession game as Toms River takes the snap. Here's the quarterback. Hands it off to the tailback. Gets back to the 50 and is met there and dropped at the 50-yard line. Rosinski in on the tackle on that one. He's all over the place today. Third and 10 for the Warriors. Clock running on the field. We don't have an exact time as the referees are keeping it, so Pope John's got to move quickly here. It was big of them to get that rushing touchdown by Rosinski, the 55-yarder, on the first play from scrimmage that they had in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do something like that again if they get the ball back. 3rd and 10, Toms River at the 50-yard line. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Hand off to the tailback. And met at the 50. Rolls forward on the second effort to the 49. And that's all he's getting. 4th down, 9 to go for Toms River. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Lions have all three of their timeouts. They may have taken one, but I'm not sure in the second half. Coach Francesco used a couple in the first half, but I don't think he's used any here in the second half. But I'm just going off memory, so. Fourth and 9 from the Pope John 49-yard line. Toms River looking to pad their lead. Pope John trying to desperately get the ball back. Movement on the line, and it looks to be against Pope John, and it is. So 4th and 4 now instead of 4th and 9. A second penalty like that would give Toms River a first down. So Pope John has to be careful not to take the bait there as Toms River's trying to draw them offside. They did it now. They did it earlier in the game. And Pope John's got to be real careful that they don't do it again. So 4th and 4 now instead of 4th and 9 after the 5-yard penalty against Pope John. We're in the fourth quarter. Toms River leads it 28-18. Here's a snap. Handoff to 24. Cuts around to the right. Gets the first down and then some. We got a flag in the backfield, however. Brought down at about the 31-yard line. So we're going to see what happened here. Holding call against Toms River. And that's going to set him back. So another big break for Pope John as Toms River's called for offside after that first down rush. That's what sprung him. So they're going to set that back. Toms River will have 4th down again, trying to keep the drive moving. That would have been a killer for Pope John had Toms River accrued that first down. So 10-yard penalty on Toms River. And they go all the way back to their own 44. The yard to get to is the Pope John 37. And Toms River's at their own 44. All right, so the first down officiating crew is resetting the markers here back to, I guess, what it was, which was the 50 to the 40. So they had gone upfield a few yards to the 37. They're now setting it back. So now it is the 40-yard line of Pope John that Toms River has to get to. So it's 4th down, and it's about 16 yards to go. The ball's at their own 44. They've got to get to the Pope John 40. All right, Toms River up to the line. Fourth quarter, they lead by 10, 28-18. A big down for Pope John. They need a big defensive stop to get the ball back. Here's the snap to number 1. Pitch back to the running back. He cuts left. He's got room to run. Misses a Rosinski tackle to the 40. He's got the first down. Now to the right side of the field. And he's brought down by Pope John. Sean Clements was able to bring him down, but not before Toms River gains the first down, and a killer for the Lions. So a big rushing play for Toms River on that 4th down. Is able to get the first and then some, and it'll be a new set of downs starting from the Pope John 32. Clock running, 4th quarter. The Lions down by 2 scores. Warriors up to the line. Here's the snap. Hand it off to the tailback. Runs through the left. tries to get around defenders out to the outside. He does so, and he's able to stiff arm a few, and about 5 or 6 Pope John defenders trying to bring him down. They finally do at about maybe the 10-yard line. So another big rushing play for Toms River, and a new set of downs. Referees will mark the ball at the 10. I don't believe it's a goal to go, but we'll make sure on that once they set the markers. No, they are going to make it a goal to go. First and goal to go at the 10-yard line. Here's the handoff. Number 00 is able to go ahead and cut through the middle. And touchdown, Toms River. Their 5th rushing touchdown of the day. Number 00 is acting as the quarterback, and he kept it. Cut right through the middle. And the 5th rushing touchdown for Toms River makes it 34-18. Point after's pending, and the Warriors have hit pay dirt on all 4 of them so far. We'll see if they're able to score their 5th. (34-18), Toms River over Pope John. Toms River up to the line. Quarterback under center. Man in motion, left to right. Now a second. 24. Left to right. Oh, quarterback fumbled the snap. Jumps right on it. And Toms River will not be converting their 5th point after touchdown. So, the score remains 34-18 as Pope John will get the ball back. What a big mountain to climb for the Lions. Down by 16 here. Score is 34-18. Toms River over Pope John. So that is actually a big miss there for Toms River as it keeps it a 2-possession game. If Pope John is able to score, that would make it. I'm trying to do math in my head here now. And that could be dangerous. They're at 18 right now. 6 would give them 24. And a point after make it 25. So actually, they're still down 3 scores. So 34-18, that would make it 25. And 25 and another 7 would make it 32. So they would still need to get a 3rd score somehow. 34-18, Toms River leads. Here's the kickoff by Toms River. It goes down to about the 45-yard line. And Mark Hedgepeth falls on it. Hedgepeth will cover at the 45-yard line of Pope John. So Pope John up to the line. Staub under center. 1 man in the backfield, that's Rosinski. He's been a workhorse for the Lions today. Harrison Saratsky, late substitution into the game. First and 10, Pope John. And a flag. It looks to be against Toms River. They get him for too many men on the field. Counting the men right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think they did. Looked like they had 12. So, yep. Too many men on the field against Toms River. And then we got an offside on the play. Did Pope John pull across Toms River, or were they offside? And it looks like Toms River was offside. So the Warriors getting a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter. 2 straight penalties. Too many men on the field. And now an offside against the Warriors. And that gives Pope John, without doing anything, a first down. So instead of first down from their own 45, Pope John will take a first down from the Toms River 45. Fourth quarter, it's getting late here in Sparta. Pope John's got to score, and quick. Staub will hand it off to Rosinski, met by number 20 in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Tackled at the 49-yard line of Toms River. We got a timeout on the field. No, that's not a timeout. That is the end of the game. So, clock runs out on Pope John, and Toms River will take this one. Final score from Pope John High and Middle School. The Toms River Warriors 34. The Pope John Junior Lions 18. Good effort by Pope John. They had the early lead twice. A 19-yard touchdown from Lucas Rosinski on a rush to the right side of the end zone gave them the initial lead. Toms River took over and scored one. It was 7-6. But then Pope John was able to go back on a 57-yard touchdown by Rosinski. That made it 12-7, but after that, it was all Toms River. 5 rushing touchdowns by the Warriors today. Rosinski did add a third touchdown for Pope John, a 55-yard rush in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. So, Pope John falls to 1-6 on the season. This is the last scheduled game, however. Coach Cofrancesco alluded to the fact that they are trying to get 1, maybe 2 more games on the schedule. So, if they're able to do so, we will be with you. If not, we will be with you next season. But my feeling is that they're going to be able to get another game or 2. And so when those games are scheduled, you'll be alerted to those, and we'll be with you wherever it is. So, final score, and this has been fun doing this. Thanks for joining me throughout the season. Final score once again from Pope John High School and Middle School. The Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad fall to the Toms River Warriors 34-18. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and have a good afternoon.